The world is moving faster than ever. Navigating through these challenging times is harder than ever before, and complexity will keep on increasing. Our jobs as navigators is not about standing still and waiting for the wind. It's about inventing the engine and going full steam ahead. Our job is to make sense of it all and to provide a meaning to it. We are the ones navigating the future. We are the ones that can make a real impact. Honestly, we are the unspoken heroes that are shaping history in the making today. There are many ways to achieve this. These are some of the learnings I picked up so far. You don't always have to know where you're going. Be open to opportunities. Diverse and inclusive teams are a recipe for success. Think big and make it happen. Network, people remember, and enable others. My name is Errol Koolmeister, and I have a mission to make the world more data and AI driven, and I have a personal reason why I want to make it so. I believe that AI and data is the great equalizer of our time. It is the means to give access to a world that in the past only were granted to the privileged. I see a world where we can focus on creativity, abandon simple tasks, unleash the full human potential. Data might be the fuel, but it is us that are steering into the future. So why don't you always need to know where you're going? I got my first job when I was 14, outside of Stockholm at a petrol station. It took me close to an hour to get there, and this was before the smartphone times. So I started reading. I read and I read. I read all the classics and I read several books. My great luck in life was my high energy level, and I could quickly absorb information. It was both my luck and my curse. I had a really easy time in school, but on the other hand, I was always bored. So my grades were so and so. So after my first 12 years in school, I had no idea what to do. Really, no idea. I started working full-time at the petrol station, and I realized this is not for me. I need to be more creative. I need to be able to use my skills. So I just applied to a program in university as a friend did, politics, economic, and organizational theory. I loved it. Not so much a topic, but I found some books I hadn't read yet. And I read everything, plus the reference architecture. But I started deep diving into the more complex issues like the finance, the math. And at the same time, I got my first job at a bank, being exposed to fraud department, being able to have detection rules. That's where I discovered my love of data. And I had the opportunity to start creating all the systems to do it, applying statistical knowledge firsthand. So I started playing around, validated that it worked. At the same time, I graduated, I met my wife, we moved to Norway. I realized a lot of my dreams without having a clear direction. And I was able to find a new job in the bank with even more advanced systems around financial anti-crime, where I became responsible for the platform and analyzing the data. It was amazing. I came to stop crying and applying my knowledge hands-on, building up a unit from scratch, but I still needed to improve. So I started taking advanced coursework to be better at my job. So you don't have to know where you're going. The other part around being open to opportunities is really around, I had my first child. Everything started to change. I started drifting around at work. I couldn't really find my place because I had no anchor. And then one day I get a call from a headhunter asking me if I was open to move to London. At first I was like, no, I have my base here. But then I got curious and I want to be exposed to the bigger world. So be open to opportunities. You don't know what's around the corner. Diverse and inclusive teams. In London, I was exposed to a completely different environment. People from around the world working in high-performance team, delivering high value with data and AI and domain knowledge. I got to work with some of the most amazing people and see the power of diversity firsthand. At the same time, I started to think bigger and realized I need to make it happen. The people in these teams really had a vision, and acting on that vision, they thought bigger than just what was at hand. Well, I then got the opportunity to start my own company. So I resigned from London and then moved back to Sweden, going back and forth. So I thought big, but I failed. The company wasn't a big success. My partner pulled out. So I just stood around, didn't know what to do. I then got a call from a friend at that I got to know in London, asking me if I wanted to join them instead. So it was all about my networking, going somewhere, getting to know, being open to the opportunities, make favors for people. These people remember and they give you a call. So in London, for me, it was all about the experience, the networking, and I kept that ever since. You never know who the people on the other side is and how they can support you. It is really about keep in touch with people and be nice. You never know. At one point, after joining a consultancy, 1 year in, it was really about what can I do next? And then I got a call from a friend saying, I know H&M are looking for people. So I got the opportunity to go there, building up their capability. I then went from just thinking big to starting to enable other people. It wasn't just about me anymore. Being a leader isn't about you. It starts to become about everybody else. My job then shifted to enabling other people. So what I do these days, even though I love the technology, even though I like the data and the AI, I make sure the people in the teams I run can do their job better. So where am I today? I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for me. And that's okay, since it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Enjoy what you're doing today and don't expect other people to give you the keys to your future. My name is Errol Koolmeister, and these are my learnings. You don't always have to know where you're going. Be open to opportunities. Diverse and inclusive teams are a recipe for success. Think big and make it happen. Network. People remember. Enable others. I want to say in the end here, it is difficult to make predictions, especially about the future, as Niels Bohr said. So some of the things that you don't know today might make sense tomorrow. Or as Steve Jobs says, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backward. So what you do today might only make sense in the future. You have to trust that some of the dots will somehow connect there. And even if they don't, that's okay. For me, that means we're never done. It's about the journey. And some things will only make sense afterwards. So stay busy, keep on learning, and never stop exploring.